Welcome everybody to another one of Ascari's webinars. This obviously is for the B1 usability package from Boyum. As you've heard, we have Rosie on the line from Boyum. She has a vast experience of SAP, sort of deploying SAP as well as all of the Boyum products. We're going to sort of concentrate on the B1 usability here and what it can do and how you could use it to improve the user experience, plus also processes. It's sort of something that we always try to encourage all of our customers to take on, because what it can do is huge. It's wide. There's so many things that we can actually use it for. If we needed to sort of show everything, I think we need a webinar for a few days. Yeah?
That's
so
correct.
we will limit it, won't we, Rosie, for a few examples, just to show what we can do. So yeah, I mean, what I'll do is I'll pass over to Rosie now, and I should be quiet because you don't want to listen to me. You want to listen to Rosie. She has the interesting stuff.
Thank you so much, Steve. Thank you for joining today's webinar. I like to see people here. For me, it's morning. For you, it's afternoon. Good afternoon. So you are all on mute, just so you know, because that's what webinars do. But if you have questions while I'm talking, please put it in the chat. Steve will keep an eye on it, and at the end we will answer those questions. And also by the end of the webinar, we will open up for questions, meaning you can actually, we will unmute you, and you can actually ask questions. Don't be shy. Write them down or put them in the chat in the meanwhile. So, as Steve said, we're going to talk a little bit about the usability package today. And I mean, I always say, how do Boyum products any Boyum product can help you? Our first one was the usability package, and that's what we're going to talk about. And you know what? The beauty is it doesn't matter which department you're in. If you're in finance, if you're a CEO, if you're a project manager, if you're a production manager, the usability package can help you. So it's horizontal. It's not specific for one department. It's for everybody who uses SAP Business One. A little bit about me. I'm a solution advisor with Boyum. I used to implement SAP Business One for 17 years. And be honest with you, if you don't have the usability package, you're missing out already. Everybody should have the usability package if you have SAP Business One.
Absolutely, totally agree with that. Totally agree.
Yeah, I always say to SAP when I go to events, we make SAP look good, and they agree with us. So let's go. So just here a little slide. What else Boyum has to offer? We're going to talk about the usability package. We have a printing tool where you can automate your emailing and your printing. So that means you never have to touch the buttons anymore, because it prints it out automatically. It emails the emails automatically. We have a credit card solution. We have a CRM for Outlook solution. We have scanning solution. We have, of course, manufacturing solutions. Okay, so all this, so you know it's available. If you have any questions on any of them, please go to your rep or to Steve, and he can definitely set up a one-to-one demonstration with me to show you any of those products. But today we're going to talk about the usability package, because it doesn't matter what you do, you can use it if you run SAP Business One. You do not need to be a developer to work with the usability package. That's very important. That's what people like to hear, and it's true. I used to work with a company that did a lot of development constantly for SAP Business One. I didn't like it because I was the one who had to test it. Then I found mistakes, and it took a lot of time and money. And then when we upgraded SAP, it might broke because some code changed. So with the usability package, you don't have to worry about that. If you do any customization with the usability package, it's really, you upgrade SAP, it's going to go smooth like a walk in the park, because we work with SAP Business One very, very close. And actually, we tell them if they have a little bug, and we make sure our products are 110% certified with the new version. So today we're going to talk about dashboards. So what has dashboard to offer? When you have the usability package, when you buy the usability package, you get a bunch of dashboards out of the box. So if I go into the system, I have my usability package running. You really don't know because it's well integrated, but I see I have some extra menus. I didn't put little pictures there, but you see I can already create new menus for me with a right click and say, hey, this is my menu, and in this menu I have a report maybe attached. I have a user-defined table attached because it's so much easier to add data, to remove data from here than going to the windows and user-defined tables. So I can create my own menu with the usability package. I also could put like a dashboard there on the menu, or if you look at here, if I go to the business partner master data, it doesn't matter, I don't have to pull one up. I have a button dashboards and I can attach any dashboards there and pull it up. This is a sales overview. And I can actually move this dashboard to the other screen. I'm moving it to the second screen. And now I'm moving it back and work in SAP while the dashboard is running. So you can attach 2 shortcut buttons with the dashboard. But when you log on, you have this button down here, hide dashboard, show dashboard. I like that because when you work in SAP, if you don't need it, you just hide them. So what do we have to offer on the dashboards? So you get a bunch of them. I don't know how many, but it's probably around 20-ish, if not, probably more. So you have a sales dashboard, you have a purchasing dashboard. All those come out of the box. But of course, you can edit them, or you totally create your own dashboard. Okay, this is a manufacturing dashboard. I have no data in here because it's not my manufacturing database. But let's go over here. You also have a calendar. So a calendar means, I know SAP has the calendar. I never used it in my 17 years implementation. I never did. But B1 usability package has a calendar. So I have a weekly view. I can have a monthly view. I can have a daily view, whatever. And here you see my views. I want to see everything. That's me. So I see all my activities, all my sales orders, all my whatever. Okay. I can say, no, only show me my production overview, only show me my employee overview, whatever you would like. You can create your own view. I had a customer asking me, hey, Rosie, we do a lot of service call. I'm a service manager and I have 3 service people. I want to see their service calls on my calendar. And yes, you can do it. And I did it, guys. I forgot what date it was. And it actually gives them each employer a different color. So I'm the service call manager, and then I can go in here. Oh, they have too many. So I'm going to move this service call maybe to this date because they cannot handle it all on this date. Or I click back, it's activity, or I change or I'm going to assign somebody else to this service call. So all this you can do from here. And when you move any of the documents that do that move. So let's go back into the sales order. Let's go back. Of course, you have a tooltip and you can change the tooltip. The sales order is due on October 9th. All these colors and buttons and whatever you see, and if you don't have the usability package, it's all done with the usability package. So I'm going to move it, okay, to the 19th. Guess what? You pull up the sales order again, the date changed to the 19th. So it changes the delivery date, the due date, delivery date. So you have full visibility what's going on. A lot of people use it. They use it for production, moving their production orders and so on. So all those views come out of the box. They come. You buy the solution, it's there, or you do your own view. And then I don't have a lot, I forgot which employees. What's going to happen? I see more than one person's information. Oh, here, this is what, it's a good one. You see somebody in blue, maybe you see somebody in black ahead. So those are different people, because in my logic, I say, hey, I want to see all the information from this person, and this person. You see there's a sales order in black, and then you see sales orders in blue, for example, because in my view, these are different people, and I know blue is Rosie, and I know that the sales order they're coming out in black is Steve. So you can create your own view, and you can take our view. And of course, I'm the manager, so I can move this also to different dates, because that's what it's designed for. Okay, you have a nice tooltip, and then you can drill back to it. So that's the calendar. You just turn it on, it comes out of the box. You also have a Kanban board. So there is projects. You have different Kanban boards, of course. You can create your own Kanban boards. We give you the production orders, we give you the projects, the sales opportunities, and service calls. So let's go to sales opportunities, because we all like sales. Think about it. Lead, first meeting, second meeting. Oh, I'm moving this over here, and then I'm gonna move it over here. So you can do drag and drop and give it a different status. And again, you have everything right here. And of course, you can drill back. Very much like everybody likes Kanban boards. You know, a lot of you hear this all the time, now cloud Kanban boards, whatever. You can put that in there. Process. So you are new to SAP, or you have new employees, and you want to make it easy for them. So you do processes for them. Say, hey, this is our sales process. We do a quote, then we do a sales order. From there, we do a delivery, then we do an error invoice, and blah blah blah. So maybe you need to run a report in the middle of something, or you don't do down payment invoice or whatsoever. You can go in here and edit it, and you actually, SAP cannot do that. I know they have the same on HANA version. You can say, move this one with, well, we do incoming payments, right? We don't do, you just delete it. And that way you can create a process exactly how your organization works. Very, very nice, very easy for a new employee to see, hey, this is what we do. And then, of course, they can open up this straight from here. So what else can we do? So let me delete this one. I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to delete this one right now. I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to delete this one because I don't have data. Those are dashboards, so they're empty. I have nothing. So what we're going to do to work with the dashboards, you go here and go to adding settings. And those are the two I just deleted. So I'm going to delete this one because I have nothing in there. And oh, there's another one. I have another one. And then we're going to rename this, and I'm going to say webinar. And I'm going to update this. So this gives me the header of the dashboard. You go in here and say, okay, here's the header. See, I have not, this are all full, but I have nothing in there. Now, well, I want a dashboard. So you go in here and say add widgets. And when I say we give you a lot of dashboards, here it is. These are all the dashboards we give, and the ones with the funny names like Rosie, Thomas, my view, kind of ignore those. The ones with the pretty news, with the pretty names, those are all out of the box. Okay, there's sales, there is production, there is I don't even have all of them, I see. Okay, so these are all the dashboards, financial and so on. But then you have other widgets. This is when we talk about the Kanban board. Remember, we saw that. You saw the calendar. We saw that. Maybe open item lists. We like that on a dashboard. My recent updates. You know what? Let's put that in here. So I'm going to say I want to put this here. So what this gives me, it's the recent updates I did in the database. People like that. So I'm going to put this in a dashboard. Then I have more room. So let's put something else. Make it bigger. I also maybe want to do comment function. Okay. I'm going to put this in here, and then you can do your own comment function. You guys know that, right? You can do a menu from SAP, or you can do, let me do this one. Okay, there we go. You can put your comment function and just go down that list. This is what I do mostly. You guys understand that. Then we're going to put something else. So maybe I want, because we are international, you know, maybe I want to put the world clock in here. There we go. Here is my world clock. So maybe I want it over here. Let me move it. I'm going to put it right here. And I actually can put it up here and so on. So here you design your dashboards. So I'm designing it with stuff I already have out of the box, you know. So there's the world clocks, message alert overview. This is something people like too. So you know the message alert overview, maybe you want it here and not up here. So all this comes out of the box. So all you do is, the first thing I would like for you to do, you go in here and just check what's available. You can create a SQL report. Hey, I created a SQL report. I want this report to be showing, and I don't know what I have in here, guys. Oh, there we go. Let's do this one. Select this one. Oh, this was a SQL report I did. This is all the customers with balances. I'm going to put it in here. And guess what? I have it also in here. Same report. See, that's the beauty of it. When you have an SQL report, you can put it on a menu, you can put it on a dashboard, you can put it on a button. All this is available. So, and you go in here and you just build your dashboard. So all this is available. But then maybe you need a totally different dashboard. Yes, you can change you can do existing dashboards and change them. Or you create a new dashboard. You can always create a new dashboard. I'm going to go to an existing one. I'm going to say edit. What you do, and we have 26 videos. So go on YouTube to Boyum Dashboards if you want to learn this. Oops, why is it not going to open it? There we go. Took a little bit. And you go in here, you create your data source. What you do is basically you do a query. Of course, this is a very simple one I did for training. I don't do. You go through the dashboards, you preview the information, you close it, you finish it, and then you stick it in here. Okay, so here you create your query, do your data source, and then you play with charts and how do you want the dashboard to display. I'm going to go to one that comes with the system. If I have more technical people on here, let me do production overview. So you see this one comes out of the box. See, it looks beautiful. You see, it's way more data. If I go to data source and I go to edit, you see, of course, it's a long query. Okay, so you can build your own dashboards. You can modify ours. I always would suggest you copy it and then rename it and modify it. But all this come out of the box. So now, except the ugly names. Okay, this is just for me testing. So now you see this web enabled. What is this? What does this mean? Also, you see this dashboard only certain users can see. Okay, of course, you have full control. So now look at this web enabled. What does that mean? You know what this means? That you also have a web dashboard. If you have the usability package, you can enable some for the web. So that means you can go out. You have a big screen in your warehouse. You have a big screen in your finance department. You have a big screen wherever. And you want to pull up a dashboard for people because there's data they need to see and it's real time. So what you can do, you can pull up the dashboard on the web. So you see right here, I have the sales dashboard. This is my database. I have more than one database. I logged in and I did the sales overview. And those are all my dashboards because as you saw in SAP, I have it all as web enabled. Okay, so maybe you want the financial overview on that screen. Okay, Want the financial overview, maybe in the finance department. Very interesting it is in the warehouse, maybe with items, maybe with pick lists, whatsoever. Okay, so you decide which one you want. I'm going to show you a manufacturing one with BS manufacturing because it gives you a lot of data. Quality control from our, this is from our manufacturing add-on, our robust manufacturing add-on. So this has to do with quality control. So it loads it and it's on the big screen. So think about it, you have a quality control department, or you have a maintenance department, or whatsoever, or a finance department, or a sales department. It doesn't matter. It will audit by connection. There we go. So much. This is more complex one, so it has a lot of graphs, so it takes a little bit longer. So they come to work, they see everything on this screen. And what's really nice, they don't have to touch it, of course. You don't want them to touch it. You just want them to see the data, and you can say refresh every minute or every 5 minutes. That means they always are up to date. So remember, you have the usability package, you have web dashboards. You just need to configure. It's very straightforward to configure, and then you have it on a big screen on a smart TV. Okay, so that's the web dashboard. No extra cost. You have the usability package. You have it already. If you buy the usability package, don't forget that, because a lot of people tend to forget. And every time I mention it in training or in webinars or whatsoever, they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. Okay, you have web dashboards. Another thing what you can do with the dashboards is you can automatically send it weekly, whenever you want to. So I'm the CFO, and I said, hey, I want the finance dashboard to be emailed to me every Monday morning. You would go here to the scheduler, and you say, I want the meeting is slowing me down a little bit. I want the financial overview emailed to me. I want to email it to who do I want to email it to? Okay, you can say, there's your weekly finance dashboard, and you say, I want to do this weekly. I want to do it every Monday. I want to do it at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to email it to whoever. So they can get the dashboard emailed as an image. It just takes this image. It's, if I say this finance department, this dashboard, they get either an image or a PDF. Of course, I would do a PDF. And they get it every Monday emailed to them. How beautiful is that? Very, very useful, because that's what people want. Or every Friday before they go home. No, maybe Monday's better. If the numbers are not good, they don't have a good weekend, right? So every Monday they get it emailed. So don't forget that you also have a scheduler here. Okay? So that was a very overview about the dashboards. You have a lot that comes out of the box, so don't start designing. Check them out first. You have all this very easy to do another tab and move around, and check out the calendar. Very much like I get a lot of requests for that. Okay, so now let's go to what else? Validate data. Okay, so validation. Okay, I like them. So you want to make sure that the good data is in the system, and people don't do just stuff and you don't want them to do. I'm going to give you a couple examples. We have something. Validation is huge in SAP Business, in B1UP. Okay, so for example, I'm going to go here. First of all, I'm going to tab off. I see right away, hey, there's no available credit. So I have credit limit set. This customer is in the red, so I shouldn't sell to him. I let the user still continue. You can block users. Let's do a blocking example. So I'm gonna do a bunch of those items, and I'm a happy self-employed, and I like to give a lot of discounts. Okay, and you don't like it. You're my manager, you don't like it. So I do this, and okay, this is my sales order. I'm gonna click add. Right away, the system is telling the sales employee, hey, you have more than 10% discount. This is not allowed. It gives them the line number, the item code, the item description. You decide what you want to display. The line number basically should be enough, right? So I cannot continue. I cannot put it in the system because I'm blocking the user. You can also give him like a warning and say, hey, there's 10% discounts. You want it to continue, yes or no? But in my case, I'm blocking them, okay? Another thing you can do, let's talk about, this was a validation on the line. This was a validation. So I have here validation. I have here validation. Now let's do something. Now let's do this first. Automation. So you're on a screen, think about it. You can always copy from one document to another, so you don't have to click around like crazy. I have a transfer request button. So in my company, when we sell something, we have to move the item. I got to do a transfer request because we have to move all those items to the shipping warehouse. And then you have to go here, and you have to go here, and you have to go here, and so on. No, make a button, and it opens up the transfer request. It copies all the items over to the transfer request. It closes out the transfer request, and it's done. So a work of 4 or 5 minutes, because you have to go and copy all the items over, you have done in one click, because I copied it all over with one click. Copy to a quote. I want the same thing going to a quote. In this case, I told the system not to click the add button. Just copy everything over, but I'm the one who wants to click the add button. So you are in full control of the system. So what else? You have a line search. Imagine you have a sales order that has God knows how many lines. You can say, okay, let me check if I have this item in there. Yes, you can have a line search. Now, let's go back to validation. I'm going to show you one more example. I'm going to add shipping. It automatically adds shipping $75. Perfect. That's what I want. You could put it down here. You know, my customers always wanted to have it on the document, which makes sense. It's easier to design, maybe. Delete row. So I'm changing the quantities. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10. Let me do 2 more. I think it's more than 10. And I'm going to click shipping now. Now I'm getting a message. So I don't do anything. I just click the same button, because in the back I have the validation running, I have the logic running, and now it's going to ask me, hey, they are ordering between 10 and 20. Do you want to add shipping with 50% discount? Yes, it adds shipping with 50% discount. I don't have to think anymore. I'm going to take this out. And we're going to make it more than 20. So they're ordering more than 20 as a total. I'm validating this column this time. Remember earlier I validated this, and now I'm validating this. So I'm going to say shipping, and now it's going to say, it should be 20. Don't I have 20? Oops, hold on. It's the same. Let me do 10 here. I must have had exactly 20. More than 20. The number of items this document is more than 20. They deserve a free gift. Okay, put it up. I said no. Yes, put the free gift. So it put a free gift, and it put shipping, of course, with 100% discount, because that's our deal. If they order this much, then they don't pay for shipping, you know, kind of like Amazon does. So all this you can automate, guys. You put validation on the lines. You can put validation on any of that field. You can always right click and say, add validation. Okay, so all this you can do with the usability package. 2 shortcut buttons. I have a special. Hey, deal of the month. Put it in my sales order. I don't want to click. This is something customers always do. Don't have to go to the inventory master data. You can do it here. Okay, all this you can validate, and so much more. Another thing is what I get this once. I haven't gotten it for a while. I guess people know how to do it now. What people don't want customers to do, users to do, is duplicate a sales quotation or something. Duplicate. You can block the user. You're not allowed to do this task. So I'm blocking them. They cannot duplicate a document. So all this validation. If you validate your data, you know that you're going to get good data in your system. That means you get good reporting out, you get good dashboards out, and you don't have to do adjustments so often as many people do. So now the last topic. So, I mean, I could go on and on. Like Steve said, we could go on and on. The last thing I want to show you is following. It's mass updates. A lot of people don't know about mass update. So mass update is something you did something wrong in the system, or you get a new price list and now you have to give it to 1,000 customers, and either you do it one by one in SAP, or you export all the customers, then you change the price list, and then you import it. And you guys know that DDW is not very friendly. I never liked it. I worked with it a lot because when you do initial implementation, you need it for the data from the other system. But then after that, when you have SAP running, I don't want to use it. So then you can go here and go to the usability package, and you have a lot of stuff with the usability package, but you go to master data manager. And I didn't go through the slide. We did the dashboard, alerts and validation we did. Sorry about that. And now we go to master data manager. I apologize. I get so carried away because I love it so much. The usability package, I forget about slides, but I'm sure you don't mind. We like it live anyway, better than slides. So you have master data manager. You have all this. So what does it do? You can update fields. So let's go to business partner. Everybody knows business partner. So I'm going to say, I'm going to find all my customers, all my suppliers, or blah, blah, blah. Or you say, I'm going to find all my customers and where a customer code is equal to 100, whatever. Then I'm going to say, what am I going to update? So always remember, little rule is if you can update it in here, you see the code you never can update once you use it. If there's anything you can update here, you 99% can update it in here as a mass update. Okay, so I can go in here and say, okay, there's maybe the project, maybe the sales employee, or I say the price list. So I want the regular sales price list for all those customers because it's a new price list. Imagine you have 1,000 customers. So you don't have to deal with DDW, you don't have to deal with one by one, and you update it. Very nice also. Imagine you have a user-defined field, a new field, custom field, and you have to update a bunch of customers to with a value. You can do that too. So this is something a lot of people use. I hear it all the time from consultants. I always hear it from training. This is their saver. They don't have to. They are saving so much time because of this master data manager. This is something also documents. So you know how a lot of times customer leave documents open forever. So you can say, give me all the sales quotation, they're open. Maybe they are older than 90 days, 120 days, whatever. Then you can say, you know what? I'm going to close them all or cancel them. And you have a clean database. Your reports are good again. Okay. This is used a lot also by consultants. Or imagine you have a sales employee and this sales employee left, and I don't know which one I use all the time. This sales employee left, and now we have a new sales employee, and all these customers need to go to the new sales employee. Of course, I only have a handful, but imagine you have a bunch. And it's going to go over there. Then you can do the same with the sales opportunities, with the sales with the open document sales opportunities, and if this sales manager has any open documents, you can move over to the new sales employee. And always remember, you can always click on here. It explains everything in a very simple way. Anybody can understand that. So that was Master Data Manager. So don't forget about that. You can also schedule something. So imagine you have a user-defined field, and or you say, okay, if I have a customer, we have different levels, gold, silver, and bronze. And if they sell up to 50,000, they're gonna go silver. If they sell up to 100,000, they're gonna get gold. You can schedule it. It's gonna look at this sales year to date, and it automatically will change the status of the customer. So you don't have to do it manually and run a report every month. Oh, let me see if somebody became silver or gold. So all this you can do. We have a scheduler also. Okay. So that was basically the topic. So we learned about the dashboards, the web dashboards, how you can schedule dashboards. That was our big deal. How you can create new dashboards, how you can use our all our out of the box. Please check them out. You know how to validate data. You know how to automate data. Kind of have a good idea and how you can mass update. Okay. One thing I want to show you still before we end this webinar and we go to questions is so. Oh, this is one thing. I meant to do that. We have also print and delivery. I mentioned it. I want you to know it's there where you never ever have to click a print button or an email button because you put the logic in there. So maybe you can say, hey, if I send Rosie an invoice, I want print and delivery to pull this form. But if I send Steve an invoice, he gets a totally different form. You can do that. So you don't have to choose every time. The print and delivery will do that. They know exactly which form needs to go to who because I configured it like that. Or you can say, hey, if a sales order goes out more than $10,000, I want print and delivery to create an activity also for me to follow up in 3 days. That's all automatic. You never have to touch anything. It does it for you. And this one is everybody's favorite. And I'm going to show you quick. Let me find it. I didn't find it. Let me go to my draft. Because you all know when you send out a statement, when you send out a statement to your customer, the first thing the customer says is, I haven't received the invoice and that's why I haven't paid. Yeah, right. That's just an excuse. So you get phone calls, you get emails. It's a pain for you because then you have to go to SAP and PDF everything again or find it and then resend it, and it's annoying. So with print and delivery, you can do something like this. What you basically do is you send them once a month because you can schedule it again. So it's automatically. So you say once a month, I send out the statement on the 25th of each month. And I'm sending them an email body with the list of open invoices because you don't want those phone calls and those emails. And I'm attaching one PDF with all those invoices. So no more phone calls. I don't have a copy of this invoice because you know they have a copy. They just didn't want to pay. And then no more phone calls. Can you resend it? Because you did it right with what, not even with a click, because you have it scheduled. The system does it for you. It goes through it and sends this out on the 25th of each month to tell the customer what's outstanding. And you attach one PDF with all those invoices. So with print and delivery, really quick, since I am still in here, you can schedule that also. So you can say, hey, I want to schedule something monthly, daily, every hour, every minute. So for example, hey, if I add a sales order, I want the system to check maybe every 1 hour and see if there's a new sales order, and it goes out automatically to the customer. And you decide what the email should say. You decide if there should be additional attachments. Maybe the sales order has attachment. You want to send this with it. Yes, you can do that automatically. It will grab it and send it. You decide. Print and delivery is really, you will never have to click this or this, because with this, you can configure it that everything is automatic. So to me, it's also a must-have. And when you print, it's not like in SAP that you get a box, which is so annoying. I'm going to show it to you manually quick because I have it configured. Let me get a sales order. There's a sales order. I click print. and it goes out. There's no box, who should I get it, blah, 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 because I have it all configured the way I want it. So that's I wanted to touch on this because I know it wasn't on the agenda, but it's such a powerful tool and it saves you tons and tons of time. So now we're going to go to questions. We're going to unmute everybody. One more thing I want to show you. If you Google Boyum B1UP 100 tips and tricks, actually, I'm going to put this in the chat. This is a great website. Our developer did. It gives you 100 examples what you can do with the usability package. It's very much liked by customers. We give this out constantly now, and people really, really like that. So I am going to send this to everybody, the link. I don't know how to do it, but here is the website. But I'm going to...
We'll get it out, Rosie. That's not a problem.
Can you get it out? I don't know. I don't put it in there.
It never ceases to make me. I always learn something every time I see this. There's always something new. So, yeah. And you can feel the passion in Rosie.
Yeah, I love it. Well, I used to implement and I used to work in SAP, so this is a must-have. You know, Steve, I cannot unmute everybody. I think
I will unmute everybody, and then if anybody's got any questions, please fire away.
Any questions? You can unmute yourself, or you put it in the chat. If it's in for any of the other products, you know, I showed, I mean, what else? It's another Boyum product, please do so. I know I'm all kinda.
Okay, so yeah, everybody should be able to unmute themselves. If anybody's got any question, like I say, we'll drop it into the chat.
Any questions?
You must have told them everything, Rosie.
I must, it looks like it. Well, if anything comes up, right, Steve, to contact you?
Yeah.
Or ask Harry. So please contact him if anything came up afterwards. If you don't want to ask now, but I wish you would ask a questions. Or if you want to have a one-to-one with me and do like a full demo, or you want to know more, please contact Steve, and we can talk about any of those products. Okay, if it's not the usability, but you want to know more about print and delivery or the credit card solution or CRM for Outlook, I just did a demo earlier about that. Please contact us, Harry. Contact your partner, Steve. Contact Steve since he was on there and he knows where to find me, and we can do a one-to-one session if you would like.
Indeed. We have one question's coming.
Is there?
Yeah, it's on the questions rather than the chat, but is it possible to send emails to colleagues who do not have SAP B1?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you can do, you can email, because what you do is with print and delivery, just to show you, because I am going to show you something. Print and delivery. You need to pull their email from somewhere, of course. So maybe you pull it from, I don't know, human resource, or you have a UDF somewhere, but under report action. So I just want to show you how flexible it is. You decide who should get the email. In here, you can do all this is available for you. You know, of course, this is all customer related, but you can always say direct email. Okay, or you can put an SQL query in here and pull it from a UDF. Absolutely, you can do that too.
Okay, thank you.
Any other question? And also, in with print and delivery, got out, I shouldn't. When you go in here, email report, and you know, you got to look at it a little bit because it looks very busy. It's really not bad. You can always click in here. It's on the other screen. And it explains everything. And sometimes it gives you a little video how to do it. Sometimes, a lot of times, it gives you a little query how to do that. It gives you an example, and then it gives you the query. So everything is right there. Anything else? I cannot see the chat, unfortunately.
No, I can't see anything in the chat. There's no other questions. So I think it's, I want to thank everybody for their time, for coming and listening. Like Rosie said, if you have any questions, most of you know me, but if not, it's Steve Clements. So at Ascari, you can contact me and ask the questions.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much again, Rosie, as always.
Bye
It's always
bye.
now to see you too. It's always nice to see
Every
you.
day.
So,
Nice to see you.
all right,
Bye bye.
cheers.